Today's tale isn't just weird, it isn't just obscure. It is the moment the British military said, we have a nuclear bomb problem. Have we tried chickens? Yes, chickens. This is the dead serious, fully documented story of Project Blue Peacock, where Britain hoped to defend Europe using a nuke powered by poultry. If you think that sounds too stupid to be real, congratulations, you have a functioning brain. Unfortunately, in the 1950s, that was optional. Part 1: Europe on Ice and Why Britain Freaked Out. To understand why chicken-powered bombs became a thing, we need to go back to the 1950s, a time when the Cold War was hotter than a cheap radiator in a Russian apartment. Everyone was smoking indoors. Every government agency was 95% cigarette smoke and 5% paranoia. Britain, still recovering from World War II and basically broke, suddenly had a new problem. The Soviet Union had a lot more tanks than NATO had, well, anything. If the Soviets rolled into West Germany, they wouldn't stop for tea breaks. Germany would be overrun in days, and Britain didn't want another world war starting on their watch. So the British military's solution was, right lads, we bury nuclear bombs all over Germany. If Russia invades, boom, instant no man's land. Imagine being Germany. You've barely rebuilt your country, and now your supposed ally wants to plant radioactive surprise gifts under your soil. Trust issues? Yeah, understandable. Part 2: The Birth of Project Blue Peacock. So Britain designs this thing called the Blue Peacock nuclear landmine. Not a regular nuke, not a normal bomb, but a landmine that could sit underground for months or years, waiting like a radioactive jack-in-the-box. Each device packed 10 kilotons, which is almost the same as Hiroshima, but buried in your backyard, protected by what I assume were the most confused German rabbits in history. And yet, the engineers had a slight concern. Germany gets cold. Nuclear electronics do not like cold. They needed a reliable heat source. Heaters were considered. Insulation was considered. And then someone in that room said, "Gentlemen, what if we put chickens inside the bomb?" And nobody said, "Hans, what the actual hell are you talking about?" No, they took notes. They drew diagrams. They filed paperwork. Britain, ladies and gentlemen, a nation held together by sarcasm, tea, and questionable decisions. Part 3: Operation Bird Heater. Here's the official logic behind the chicken plan. Again, not my logic, not fan fiction, not a parody. This is straight from the declassified documents. Chickens produce body heat. Body heat is warm. Warm equals good for bomb. Bomb plus warmth equals functioning landmine. Therefore, chickens prevent communism. They plan to put 8 to 12 live chickens in a small compartment. Provide them with food and water. Seal them inside. Let their body heat warm the electronics. Hope they stayed alive for 7 days. Imagine being a chicken, minding your business, eating some grain, and suddenly you're drafted into NATO as a biological space heater. The British even researched how many chickens it takes to stop the Soviet Union. This is a real sentence. This is a real chapter in history. Part 4: Germany finds out. Now imagine trying to explain this to West Germany. Britain, listen, we've come up with a plan to defend your country. Germany, oh wonderful. More soldiers? Better intelligence systems. Britain, no, we're going to bury nuclear bombs under your feet. Germany, excuse me. Britain, but don't worry, we're putting chickens in them to keep them warm. Germany, get out. There is no diplomatic training course that prepares you for the sentence. Your country is safe because there are chickens inside our nuclear devices. Part 5: Engineering problems that should have killed the project immediately. Shockingly, the chicken-powered bomb had issues. Let's review them like a disappointed teacher. Crossmark problem 1. Chickens die easily. especially when locked in a metal chamber next to a nuclear bomb. Crossmark problem 2. Chickens poop. A lot. Imagine the smell. Imagine the corrosion. Imagine explaining to NATO that the bomb failed due to chicken poop. Crossmark problem 3. Curious farmers. Picture a German farmer digging a hole for potatoes and discovering a warm, clucking radioactive time capsule. Crossmark problem 4. Soviet spies. Imagine the KGB report. Comrade, the British have weaponized poultry. Is this capitalist humor?
No, comrade.
They are serious. I need vodka. Crossmark problem 5. Maintenance. Who feeds the chickens if the war doesn't start on time? Do you send a soldier to check? Private, go check on the nuclear chickens. No thank you, sir. Part 6. Testing, panic, and just a sprinkle of sanity. Believe it or not, engineers tested this idea. They didn't drop chickens into live bombs that we know of, but they simulated the conditions: enclosed boxes, low temperatures, heat output from small animals. The result? Yes, theoretically, chickens can provide the warmth needed. And then, finally, something miraculous happened. Someone in the British government grew a brain cell. They realized Germany wouldn't love random nuclear eggs in their soil. Chickens do not like prolonged imprisonment. NATO would probably laugh them out of the room. The press would destroy them if it ever leaked. Spoiler, did leak in 2004, and the world collectively said, "This has to be an April Fool's joke." It wasn't. Part 7. Alternate timeline. The chicken heroes of Europe. Let's take a moment to imagine the alternate reality where this plan actually went forward. History class in 2025. And thanks to the bravery of 12 chickens in West Germany, Europe was saved from Soviet invasion. Children drawing pictures of heroic chickens with medals. A statue in Berlin. To the feathered guardians of freedom. A NATO logo redesigned with a chicken silhouette. A movie adaptation. Cluck of Duty. Cold War operations. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Would watch. Part 9. The legacy of Blue Peacock. Here's the wild part. Project Blue Peacock wasn't the only insane Cold War idea. The era gave us a US plan to drop massive condoms labeled large into the USSR to demoralize Soviet troops. Soviet anti-tank dogs trained to run under German vehicles. Space death lasers that didn't work. A CIA plan to create a gay bomb. A proposal to nuke the moon, yes, really. So in the grand scheme of Cold War stupidity, Blue Peacock fits right in. But it still wins points for originality. Because let's face it, no other nuclear program ever said, "Guys, I think we need more chickens." And that is the story of Project Blue Peacock, the nuclear bomb that needed a feathered support team. What do you think, which is more dangerous, a nuclear bomb or 12 angry German chickens trapped inside it? This has been the Obscurity Vault, and trust me, the world gets even weirder from here. Please like, subscribe, and consider supporting me on Patreon. The link is in the description.